And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I'm your host, Wes Tankersley. If you can do me a big favor before we get started here, if you can like, share, and review this on Apple Podcast, subscribe and follow anywhere you consume this, that would be awesome. Help me to grow the show. I can't do it without your help. First things first, let's talk about our sponsor, TVPBN. If you're looking for some advertising opportunities, we're a growing network working on creating these podcast networks with live shows and advertising space, and we can help you get your business out wherever you are. Internet advertising is a great way to grow your business. Hit me up with a DM and let me know if you're interested. I have some great opportunities on my show, as well as the other shows on the network. It lives forever. People will see your ad over and over again. Today, we're going to talk about bonus coverage with Zach Johnson. I don't know if you guys have listened to this before. You know that I've interviewed Zach before, and we talked a little bit about him. He is a professional baseball player in Germany. So he's an international professional baseball player with a lot of experience. He's played in the minor leagues. He's played in the U.S. a little bit. He's in Australia, just signed a contract with the Berlin Flamingos, so he gets to continue to pursue his career in baseball. But one of the things that Zach does is he has a podcast called the Limitless Possibilities Podcast. It's kind of interesting to listen to him talk about a lot of the things, his reading, his mindset, the things that he's working on to create and grow himself to be a better person, not only in professional baseball, but in life in general. He's a serial entrepreneur. He has a bunch of different streams of income as well as baseball. So he's realized, which is great because we don't get taught that a lot, that you have to be financially stable. And I don't think that there was ever really a class that taught us that. So that's one of those things that you have to develop on your own. I remember my personal finance class, which basically taught me how to pay bills and write checks. And that's really it. And one of the things that I always talk about is we work for the man our whole lives. We've been taught this college dream that we have to go to college. That's the only way to be successful. And then you go and you work for someone your whole life. You create a retirement. You go and be part of society. Spend your money, don't invest it because that's risky, don't take risks and things like that. And one of the things that really is crazy about that is that I don't believe that anymore. But I'm 40. It's been 2 years, this journey that I've thought about like risk is something that is highly important. I take that risk every single day. I struggle with using money to risk things and doing those things still, but I'm undoing 38 years of the work for someone else mentality, the go to college mentality, these are only way you can be successful. Now, does it help to go to college? Sometimes, yep. And I've talked about that before. If you really, really need to go for whatever job that is, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, got to go to school in order to work in those fields. But people take, they say that like trades aren't very important and that we don't need someone to frame a house. We don't need someone to, make advertising. We don't need someone to be an electrician. There's all these things that they tell us that we have, you have to go to school because you don't want to do that because manual labor is so bad. And I can't disagree with that more. And I've been through a lot of things. I was a laborer at Les Schwab. I changed tires for 11 years. And then I went back to college and I got 2 degrees and I taught for 4 years. And now I'm back in sales. And it's just one of those things. I have made, and if you measure success by money, I have made way more money being a commission salesman than I ever would in education, which I think is a sad thing because education should have more emphasis on it. But unfortunately, we live in a state, in a society where, your primary education is not that important. Secondary education is not that important. They're just teaching you social skills and how to read, write, and do things like that. They're not teaching you things that you need to know beyond that, so they're teaching you that you need to go to college and you need to basically accrue debt because not everyone gets a scholarship. College is expensive, but you don't really need that for everything. So kind of pushing that spirit of being able to work for yourself and do those things. When we talked with Zach was talking about baseball because he is a professional baseball. And one of the things that I really took out of it was that baseball is a business when you're in the professional level. And I want you to think about that because a lot of times when you watch an athlete play a game, you sit there and you say, well, this guy's playing a game and getting paid to do it. So he should have fun. It should be whatever it is. It's not like, he's getting paid to perform. And who else wouldn't want to do that? Well, the fact of the matter is, with that, being paid to perform, it is a job. It is a business. And I posed this question on Instagram. Do you think professional sports are a business or for fun? And it's a business. And no one answered anything other than a business, which surprised me because I know that there's a lot of people like, he's just an athlete. Well, they work for that. And if you're not willing to put in the work and hustle and train and take those extra hacks in the cage and do everything, even in baseball, then there is one guy behind you. And that's what Zach talked about, who is ready to take your job and will do anything it can to take that job from you. And I know that, like, in high school, that was the way that I was. I was a second string first baseman. And I would sit there and watch the guy who was playing first string and go, what can I do to be better than him? What am I going to do that's going to make me better than him? So I would go hit more. I would go field more. I would go do all these things more, but, do more than what they were doing. I still just wasn't talented enough to beat him out. So that's kind of the thing. You have to be willing, though, to practice, push yourself, and know that there's someone behind you every single time that is trying to take your job away. And so some people don't really understand that. Some people don't get that's the part of business. So when you look at, like, Albert Pujols, who took that huge contract 10 years ago, why he did that, and does he deserve that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he's getting stability. He's guaranteed that he's going to be in a place for a long time, and he's going to be able to play baseball and continue to play and be better and better every single day. If you take a 1-year deal, which is very common now, there's no risk for the business, which is the team, and you have to perform at a high level or you won't get re-signed the next year. And so, or, some of these people will save themselves, is what Zach was talking about, and they'll try not to work as hard, but they'll do just enough to get that next contract because they want to get signed to a multi-year deal. And so it just kind of depends on what kind of baseball player you are. And that's the big thing, though. Life is a business, no matter what you're doing. And if you look at what you're doing, essentially a professional athlete is selling their service, which is their athletic ability to make the team better. And that's what they're doing. They're salesmen. They're out there reaching out, trying to sell their service, just like anything else. So I go out and I sell blinds on a daily basis, and I'm out trying to sell my product. My product is window coverings. Same thing with baseball. Their product is their performance, what they do, their game, how they play, and all those things. So anyway, I want you to take a little bit different look at what professional sports are. When you see that, understand that people aren't greedy. They're just trying to capitalize on what they're doing. And a lot of people think that greed is just, money, 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 money. But why wouldn't you not get paid what you're worth if that's what you're worth? So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Again, if you would like to advertise, go to tvpbn/advertising. Check out the layout that I have. There's awesome spots. You can be a title sponsor. We have little bugs, is what they call them. They're little buttons that can have your logo on there and your contact information. It can rotate, it can spin. We can do all those things. We have a couple great sponsors on there already, and we are just looking to grow that. We also have multiple shows where we can sell sponsorships on. Right now, you can get in at the ground level because it's just starting to roll out. We're a little bit lower prices than normal, but hit me up. Let me help you to grow your business. Until next time, I want to challenge you to find the shape of your success. Have a great day.